Today on our show, we have a special guest star, Todd Jones.
Hey, hello everybody. Thanks for inviting me on, Fuzzy What's-It.
Oh, you're most welcome. Thank you for coming. Come, yeah.
Well, not a problem, man. You actually are in our studio, so I thought, why not come?
So Todd is the guy that helped organize this whole show. It's awesome.
Well, actually, it is quite awesome, Fuzzy What's. I thank you for asking me to be one of your first guests on your new show here on Rogers TV.
How long have you been with Rogers TV?
Well, that's a good question. We just recently we transitioned from Shaw Spotlight to Rogers TV. So I've been working in community television for 28 years.
Whoa, that's a long time.
Yeah, all here in Nanaimo. I started here when I got married. I moved to Nanaimo back in '95, and I was very lucky. I applied for an entry-level job here. Back then it was called Shaw, and I got in, and from there I started my TV journey sort of thing. I started as Master Control, then I got to start doing some directing and stuff like that for talk shows in our studio, and then I started doing sports mobiles, and then here I am 28 years later.
That's impressive.
I've been very fortunate to have a career that I love to do. I get to work with so many wonderful people, whether they're on camera, behind the camera. Like right now we're in our studio, we have 2 volunteers helping us out on doing cameras, and they're doing a great job. So I'm very fortunate to work with the people I get to work with, such as yourself. Creative minds. I've never worked with a cat before, so it's exciting.
Never a cat?
Never a cat. I have cats, but I've never worked with a cat in the studio before.
What are your cats' names?
Currently, we have 2 cats. We've had 6 over our 28 years, but some passed on. But right now, our oldest cat, oh wow, it's weird, is Maddie. She's not even that old. And then our other cat is Moby. All our cats have been named with M. We first had Mika, Maverick, Murray, Maisie, Moby, and Maddie, right. All M's, it's very confusing.
So do your cats watch your television shows?
No, our cats don't watch television at all. Our dog likes to sit in front of the TV with us, but no, our cats don't watch. They just do their own thing. Well, that's not true. Sometimes we have cats jump up on the TV stand, and they'll look and they'll bat at something on the screen, but it's very, very rare occurrence for that to happen. Our cats are pretty, just come and they go, they eat, they just lie in your lap, they walk around, they meow, stuff like that, cat things.
Right. So, but you have a dog that watches TV.
The dog will sit down on the sofa beside us. Whether it's watching TV, probably not. It doesn't know. Although when the dogs bark on TV, it makes her bark too. Yeah, that's one thing I love about cats. Cats don't meow at the TV. They just do their thing, right?
The whole world is their television.
The whole world is your television, exactly. They love to sit on the window ledge and look outside and look at birds. Oh, they love doing that. Then sometimes they mimic the birds. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They go, meow, 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 like that sort of thing. It's kind of cool.
We call that cat TV at home.
Oh, well, it makes perfect sense, right? Cat TV.
We have many different kinds of community television out there, right?
Well, there's tons of stuff. Like right now, what we offer here at Rogers TV, we have a volunteer program. So anybody who wants to learn, like anybody out there watching here today, you're more than welcome. If you want to learn about television production, whether it's in the studio, whether it's single camera production, like shooting documentaries or editing, we offer a volunteer program where people come in and find out more and learn how to do it. So we have a studio space here that obviously you worked in your studio space, which is quite magnificent. I wish we had a set like this. We do have a set that we use, and we have many shows that we've been running for years that are done by community producers such as yourself. Like you came to me, Fuzzy, and said, I want my own talk show. I said, sure, let's do that. We have other people have their own talk shows. We have Elizabeth Hines, who has a show called Coast Connections. We have Kathy Holmes, who does Act 3. We have Dean Fulner, who does a show called Up Front. So we have many other shows. We have Sin Central, Max Dowie is now running a new show he started recently called Nanaimo Improv. It's an improv show, very similar to Whose Line It Is Anyway. It gives a lot of actors a chance to get some face time and work on their improv skills. So it's a lot of fun. We do so many different things here.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. TV is a very exciting world, right? And so a lot of people watch it, and some people are very interested in that glamorous side of TV. So if they are, I invite them to come down to our studio, or you can contact me. I'm sure you'll be able to put up a little graphic here so everybody at home can see how to contact me if you want to find out more about Rogers TV and what we offer for the community.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely we'll do that.
How about you? Do you know anything about behind the scenes of TV? I know you're learning stuff here now, but do you watch TV? Because you're a cat.
There's what's it called? That late night show with that guy, the polar bear.
The polar bear.
Stephen Coldbear?
Oh, yes, yeah. He's not actually a polar bear.
Oh.
He's a guy. It's not Stephen Polar Bear, it's Stephen Colbert. Very, very talented person. If you haven't had a chance of watching it, I highly suggest you do. But he's no Fuzzy Wuzzy.
That's true. That's true. There's only one of me. This is your first time being interviewed, I think, by a cat, isn't it?
I've been around many cats in my life. It's the first one I've actually had a conversation with. I've talked to cats many times. They don't talk back verbally as much as you do. So I must say I'm very entertained with this idea of talking with you today, because it's not too often that people have a chance to talk to a cat, right? So
It's true. And not too often I get to talk to a television producer.
But if you want to talk to me, you can. You can contact me. You look at the graphic down below. Hopefully it's down there, Fuzzy, if you can put that in.
Every time you mention it, it's coming up.
Perfect. Yeah, so yeah, anybody can contact me. We do a lot of things here. One thing I didn't talk about, sports productions. Like, you know, at home you watch the playoffs for hockey or basketball, or you're watching baseball. Well, we do similar productions here for local. We do coverage of the Nanaimo Timbermen, a lot of VIU sports when it comes to soccer, lacrosse, volleyball, basketball, and they also have a hockey program too. So we do live sporting events all the time too, and we have coverage of city council meetings, all the sort of stuff that if you're interested in learning about TV, we can help you.
Do you ever run across famous people in what you do?
Oh, yes, we do, actually. One time I met Kim Mitchell. He's a famous, and for the younger people there, he's a famous Canadian rock and roll artist. Patio Lanterns, search it up, it's a great song. Also, I've met John Lovitz. John Lovitz came to town to do a comedy show.
Wow.
And actually, I got to go up to his hotel room to do an interview with him. Well, I did the camera work. I was working with Kate Bergen at the time, a very talented host, producer, and she did the interview, but I got to meet John Lovitz. And John Lovitz, I love. Like, who doesn't like John Lovitz, right, people? Right? Like, he's so funny. And yeah, we went to his hotel room, and very important when I'm working, I don't act like a fanboy. So I'm very, I didn't ask for an autograph. I didn't ask to get a picture or selfie with him. I just keep it professional. Do I have regrets about not getting pictures of people sometimes? But yeah, those are probably the two biggest famous people I've met through my line of work. But I've met many other local talented people here in town.
That's awesome. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I really love my job. You know, I just love the people I get to work with. I love the people I get to talk with. I've met, in the last 8 years, I've had conversations with every single mayor. I get to go, behind the scenes and talk to them, sort of thing, and get sometimes just, you're not getting that at the podium kind of speech sort of thing. You used to talk to them like real people, and each one are just different people and just great people to talk to, and just to get to find out more than just the mayor. You get to know them a little bit more on a personal level, so it's kind of cool. We had the Nanaimo Mayor, Leonard Krogan, in our studio here this week. Yeah, it was really exciting to have him in the studio, and we had a bunch of volunteers. We have a crew of 8 volunteers helping in the production, and he was a great guy. Came on, he shook everybody's hand and talked to everybody. Very engaging. Just thanked us for the opportunity for him to come talk. They were talking about the Nanaimo General Hospital, NRGH, and so just talk about their initiatives, how they're trying to improve healthcare for people here in Nanaimo and the region.
So if you're volunteering here, you have the opportunity to meet all these wonderful people.
Absolutely. The thing is, when you volunteer, you come into a production. You work with any of our. We have like about 5 productions happening here in the studio. You can learn anything from doing camera, graphics. You can learn how to work with the audio board. We have a big, huge, I think it's like a 16-channel audio board. Then, of course, we have somebody who operates the switcher, who cuts between different cameras. Such as, if I say, like, cut to a wide shot. There's a wide shot, everybody can see right here. I say, cut to a shot of Fuzzy. There's a close-up of Fuzzy. I say, cut to a shot of me. There's a close-up of me. So somebody's calling those shots, the director's calling those shots, and the switcher punches between the different cameras. Wow. So that's something that somebody can do too. So there's a floor director. Yeah, yesterday here we had the VIU Media Studies students in here. And they had their big final showcase where they brought their final projects in. There's video games, posters, research studies and stuff like that, filmmakers. And we had a whole studio here with 2 different sets. We did a live TV show for an hour, went back and forth. We had a crew of, I think it was 9 people, and they all did everything. And these are all students at VIU that learned how to do stuff. And I think it was a pretty engaging time. Actually, one of our camera people, the guy who's working my camera here that's sitting right now is Bryce. Bryce is one of the students here, and he did a fantastic job. So I think he enjoys what he's doing. He keeps coming back, so obviously we're doing something right, eh?
Wonderful, wow. Oh, cool. And is this only for Nanaimoites, or is this up and down the island?
Well, it's a very good question. Like, we do have 3 operating centers here on the island. So if you live in the south end, you contact the Victoria Rogers TV Center. And if you live in the north end, such as Campbell River, Port Alberni, and Comox Valley, you would contact, it's called the North Island Rogers TV Center. That's Gord Darby who works there, and we have John and Paul who work down in Victoria.
Right. And if you want to contact me about coming on my show, that's down below in the email here.
Yeah. I highly suggest you do, because like, when else do you get a chance to talk to a cat owner, right?
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Do you have any questions for me?
Well, Fuzzy, I just want to say that I want to say thank you for this opportunity to come on your show and to get a chance to talk to you. And thank you very much for coming to me and asking about getting involved with us here at Rogers TV. It's an absolute pleasure to work with you, and I wish you the best on your show.
All right. Well, we're going to give a big round of applause to Todd Jones here for coming out and being just a wonderful human being and giving us our very first interview.
Hi, I'm Todd Jones on Rogers TV, and you're watching Fuzzy What's It.
Awesome!
Who isn't, right? Who isn't watching Fuzzy What's It?
Exactly. Who's not watching Fuzzy What's It?